In this lab, I'll demonstrate how to set up the Pasco iPad app to collect pH. And in this case, you want to make sure that you have already paired your iPad to the Bluetooth, and you're going to then ignore all other data and just look at the pH. Tap on the pH, it will be highlighted in blue, and then you're going to then from there tap on Show. Once you get that done, you're now going to get to a template of all the different background images. The image that you want to tap on is that which will have the two templates, one for the line graph and one for the data table. Once you get the template page open, you're now going to have to set the properties for the line graph. Tap on the line graph icon. You now have this particular image showing. You now want to select measurement. When you select measurement, this drop-down menu will show up. The measurement is already set for time. Now just go ahead and select for minutes. So that way there, you now have the time and the unit for the axes. Then again, tap on OK. The next part here, you need to set your y-axis. You tap on measurement. This will be highlighted in blue. Again, you're going to get the drop-down menu of the possible measurements. The only one that you want to pay attention to is that of the pH. Once that is done, click OK. You now go back to your graph. You'll notice that the pH and the time is all set. Now you need to select the spreadsheet icon to set up the data table. When you set up that, you're going to notice the first thing. This column here, time is by default. You want to then go ahead and make sure that in column 1 the unit is time and is set for minutes, and then tap OK. Next, you want to set up column 2. So you want to select the measurement again. When you select the measurement, you now are going to notice you get to this page here. You notice you're now working with column 2 because you'll see the number 2 in the column. Tap on measurement, and by default you're going to get the measurement that you select, which is again going to be the pH. Again, remember, ignore all the others, and then once again select OK. You should now have your data table and your line graph ready. The last thing you want to do is set how often you want the sensor to collect data. So tap on the periodic button. This will give you a menu in which, let's go ahead and say, okay, I want data to be collected every 5 seconds. So you're going to have to set the number and the unit. Then again, tap OK. Last thing here before we start the experiment is you want to now name the page. So tap on Untitled and tap on Rename Current Page. This will now bring up the keyboard. Give a descriptive title for the page so that you'll know where to look for it. Once that is done, you're ready to start the experiment. Tap on the green button and the number and the clock will start. The last thing you want to do is stop the experiment. When you are ready to stop the experiment, go back down to the lower left and tap on the arrow. This will now stop the experiment. Then after that, you want to then save the file. In order to save the file, you need to go all the way up here and tap on this triangle. Once you tap on the triangle, you're going to be asked what's the name of the file, which is different than the name of the page, and what's the location. If you already have a folder and you know where you want to save it, tap on that folder and then name it. If you need to create a new folder, tap on New Folder, name that folder, and then name the experiment. Once that is done, tap on OK. So in this case here, I had a folder called Water Lab. I just gave a description to it, and I'm going to click OK on that. The last thing you want to do is exit the actual app itself. Once everything is done, go ahead and tap on the Home button. When you tap on the Home button, you're going to get one last page here in terms of all possible changes. As always, just for good measure, select yes, so anything that you might have done is going to be saved automatically in the file that you have named it and in the folder that you have placed the file.